Good morning, students. This is the continuation part of that last video. Okay, in this video I will explain programming tools. Programming tools means in order to get some work done by the computer, we need to give instruction which are applied on the input data to get the desired output. Computer languages are developed for writing these instructions, that is known as programming tools. Now, in programming tools we require the classification of programming languages. Classification of programming languages means see here, it is very difficult for a human being to write instruction in the form of ones and zeros. So different type of programming languages are developed through the coding. There are two major categories of the computer programming, that are high level language and low level language. In low level language are machine dependent languages and include machine language and assembly language. Machine dependent languages means it is near to zeros and ones. Okay, but in high level language are machine independent, that means does not depend on the machine. It is the simply we write the instruction like in English, and each high level language follows a set of rules for natural languages. Okay, this is high level languages, that is known as, like this we can use classified the programming languages into two type, high level and machine language. But the compiler, next point is for programming tools we require the language translators. We require language translator. This is your language translator. Language translator is used for for programming languages. Each and every programming languages we require the language translator. These language translator converts the code which is written in assembly language to machine language. Okay, language translator are of three types. First one is assembler, second one is compiler, and third one is interpreter. The assembler means that it converts in low level language we required assembler. The assembler means it translates the used program or convert the program written in assembly language to machine language. Means some code is written for that particular language, that is known as, to simply the writing of code in assembly language was developed that allowed usage of English words like symbols instead of zeros and ones, because zeros and ones are very difficult for understand and very difficult for remember. That's why some codes are given for that particular languages, that using these codes we can write using these words or keywords we can write the language, that is known as, we can write the code of that particular programming language, that is known as low level programming language. In low level programming language assemblers are used. And next one is compiler. This is also language translator. It translates the source code into machine code directly, and compiler is one of the compiler converts the whole program at one time and checks the error, is there any error is there. Okay, the program written in assembly language or high level language is known as source code. The source code is converted by the translator into the machine understandable language called objects code or machine code. Okay, object code or machine code. And this compiler translates the complete program in a single, and once the complete program is converted into machine language by one go, that is done by compiler. And one more translator is their interpreter. It converts and checks the line of code one by one, mean each one line is converted and checks any error is there. The whole program is not converted throughout. One by one it checks the error and it runs the code. This is the use of interpreter. Okay, these three are the language translators. And the next one is program development tools. An editor is a software that allows us to create a text file where we type the instructions and store the files as the source code. That means program development Then the appropriate translator is used to get the object code for execution. In order to simply the program development, there are softwares are known as IDE, that means Integrated Development Environment. It consists of text editor, building tools, debugger, etc. As you know, for Java we required NetBeans. For Python we require Python IDE. For Java also we can use Eclipse, and so many editors are provided, that is known as program development tools, where we develop our program or where we write the code, that are known as program editor of the tools, that are known as IDE. Okay, here debuggers, as a name of implies, is the software to detect and correct the errors in the source code. Okay, next we move for application software. Application software, by the name we can understand, application software means the system software provides the core functionality of the computer system. Okay, application software means for a particular application we require the application software. These are of two types. First one is general purpose and second one is customized. General purpose means the application software developed for generic application to create a bigger audience. In general, are called general purpose software. That means like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint. These are all the software which generally used by all of them, all of the persons, we all can use the general purpose software. Means everyone use these softwares are known as general purpose software. Like Word, everyone can use Word, calculator, spreadsheet, LibreOffice base. Okay, everything, Adobe Photoshop, everyone can use. It means for a single purpose, each and everyone can be used these softwares. These are known as general purpose software. And another one is customized software. These are the custom or trail made by application software that are developed to meet the requirements of a specific organization or an individual. They are better suited to need the of an individual or an organization, considering that they are designed as per special requirements. For some example, user-defined software includes websites, school management software, accounting software. Everything is customized software. Suppose in our school, to maintain the records of each and every children, we require a software. For that, application software means custom software is used to create that purpose. But for like in railway reservation software is also there, that is only used for the purpose of reserving the seats and cancellation of seats. For that particular purpose, the railway reservation softwares are used. That is not used by each and everyone. That is not a software, that is not a general purpose software. It is only for that particular that's why it is known as customized software, because according to our needs we require a software and we develop a software, that is known as customized software. Okay, next point is your proprietary or free and open source software. Okay, proprietary or free, the developer of special application softwares, their source code as well as software freely to be public with an aim of development and improve further each steps. Such softwares as an free and open source software means FOSS, free and open source software. For example, the Ubuntu is a freely accessible code. Ubuntu is an operating system whose code is freely accessible by us. Okay, this is known as Ubuntu. Okay, most, for example, Python, LibreOffice base, OpenOffice, these are all of the softwares free and open source software. And next, where source code may be available, the softwares freely available but whose source code may not be available, such type of softwares are known as freeware. We can easily use the softwares but the source code is not available. That type of software is known as freeware. We can freely use but we cannot change that particular software, we can't edit the software, that are known as freeware software. Examples of freeware is Skype, Adobe Reader. We cannot change Adobe Reader, we cannot see the contents of the Adobe Reader, the source code of the Adobe Reader. That's why these are known as freeware. Next one is when the software is used has to be purchased from the vendor who has copyright to the software, then it is a proprietary software. Means when we buy the software by the vendors that or purchase the software from the vendors that are known as proprietary software, including Microsoft Windows, Tally, Quick Heal. These cannot be used by proprietary. These are the software which we buy from the vendors. That's why these are known as proprietary software. And if we want to use these softwares illegally, that are known as pirated. Okay, the pirated software. A software can be freeware or open source or proprietary software depending upon the terms and conditions of the person or a group who has developed and released these softwares. That is, depends upon the person's requirement. We require the types of software we require. Either it is proprietary, either it is freeware, either it is open source. If we want the source, at that time open source software is used. If you want to use the software only freely accessible, that are known as freeware. And proprietary means by purchasing the software, like for antivirus in our system we use Quick Heal, that we have to buy the software, that is known as proprietary software. Okay, now I will give you one task. When a computer is turned on, who brings the operating system into RAM from the secondary storage? Okay, write the answer of this question in the comment box. Okay, send me the answer. Okay, that's all for today's lecture. Thank you. Goodbye.